Welcome to the Cedar Park United podcast. On Sunday, December 29th, when several churches from the West Island of Montreal gathered for an ecumenical worship service, a whimsical version of the Christmas story called The Story of Michael Mouse was shared by a cast of people from the various congregations. It was so delightful, we've chosen to make it today's podcast so that all of our communities of faith can laugh, smile, and be inspired by this story of a little mouse who can't seem to figure out what his gift for the baby Jesus could possibly be. Until... Enjoy your listen.
I know Michael Mouse, that is. And I'd like to tell you my Christmas story. The story of the night of the first Christmas. I was sleeping in a small hole just above a stream next to a big field, and nearby were shepherds keeping watch o'er their flock by night, as they do. And suddenly a strange sound woke me up, and the whole sky lit up as bright as day. And I heard singing, something about a baby and peace. And then as quickly as it came, it was gone. And I was confused. And when I have a question, I go to the big guy up there. Owl. He lives in a tree. I ran quickly as I could to get to my friend up in his tree, because from there, he has a good view of everything that goes on. Owl, it's me, Michael.
Ooh.
Michael.
Ooh.
Michael.
Ooh.
Yeah, this went on for quite a while. Owl, did you hear? What's going on?
Do it, do it, do. Michael, my little friend, there's a great commotion, all because a little baby has been born in a stable in the village of Bethlehem. Everyone is going to see.
Bethlehem? That's a long way away. Do you think it's worth me going to?
Oh, yes. I'm sure you would find it a memorable experience. Do it, do. Do it, do. Do it, do.
And so I ran, and I ran, and I ran. It was a long way to go. And finally, I was almost there. I could see the stable. This must be the place. I took a moment to catch my breath and to clean up a bit. Well, the best I could. I wanted to look my best before seeing the baby. And then along came...
It's on.
Hey. Hey, hello, you. I mean, Mrs. You. Where are you going?
My lambs and I are going to see the baby.
Great. Can I come with you? See, I thought I could get a better view if I could ride on the sheep's shoulders.
Have you got a present?
A present? No.
Then you can't come with us.
Oh, what kind of present have you got, Mrs. You?
I've got some wool to keep the baby warm. Bah. Bah.
Bah. Bah.
Bye-bye. Oh, Michael, what were you thinking? You've got to have a present for the baby, but what? I'm young and small. What can I bring? Moo. Mrs. Moo. Sorry, Mrs. Cow. Yeah, how do you do? What? I mean, do. Where are you off to? Do that. Sorry.
Michael Mouse. I'm here to see the little baby, of course.
Me too.
Stop it. Moo. Do you have a present?
No.
Then you can't come.
Well, what kind of present have you got, Mrs. Cow?
I've got some milk in case the baby gets thirsty. Moo!
And then she moved her way to the stable to join the others. And I stood outside alone, with nothing to bring. Everyone inside seemed to be enjoying themselves. It was a joyful celebration. For some.
That's Mrs. Hen to you, Michael Mouse.
Sorry, don't get your feathers ruffled. Sorry. What are you doing here?
Michael, you silly, silly thing. I'm here to see the baby. This isn't the first maternity ward I've visited, I'm telling you. I like to see babies just as much as anyone else.
And that's why I'm here, in case you were wondering. Maybe we can go in together.
Have you brought a present for the baby?
Not again. I mean, no.
Well, then you can't come. I have brought some of my delicious eggs with me. That's my gift to the child.
Yeah, well, I don't see any eggs.
I haven't laid them yet. Really, Michael Mouse, you are so annoying.
I was feeling pretty down at this point. I really wanted to get in, but I didn't have anything to bring. So I walked around for a bit until I found myself right outside the stable door. I looked up. You'll never guess what was staring back at me.
Yeah.
A cat. A big, scary cat.
Now,
Yikes.
what do you want? Tidbit?
I'm just here to see the baby.
Oh, you're here to see the baby, eh? Have you got a present for the baby?
Look, I was getting pretty tired of that question, but this wasn't the right moment to argue. No, sir.
Then you're not getting in. Yeah.
But what about you? I said, feeling braver than I really should have. You don't have a present for the baby. What are you doing in the stable?
I've been hired to keep little things like you fall. Now, come here, Tidbit. Yeah.
He pounced. I ran. I ran around to the side of the stable and I hid. I was so frightened and sad. I mean, this wasn't what I expected. What was I looking for anyway? I mean, what important person has ever been born in a stable? What did I expect? But still, well, I got pretty tired feeling sorry for myself. I didn't have a present. I'm small. I've got nothing to offer. I'm frightened, cold, tired. But then I noticed a circle of light in the darkness. There was a little hole way up in the wall of the stable, just the size of, well, me. So I climbed up to it. The wind was blowing cold, but I got there. And I squeezed my head in, and then most of my body, just my tail, was dangling outside. It took me a little while to get used to the light. It was bright in the stable. But then I saw him, the baby, and his mother. She was looking right at me, and she winked at me. Then she nodded to the baby's father, and he looked at me, and I was ready to squeeze out of there in a hurry, but he smiled at me. And he said, "Thanks, little guy." I was puzzled. I shifted. I could feel the cold wind on my tail. Of course, there'd been a cold draft coming in from the hole in the wall, and it was too high up for them to plug it. But I fit. I did have a present to give him. I stayed there all night until I felt the wind calm down. And then I slipped out quietly and headed home. Happy, but tired. And when I got home, my friend was waiting for me.
Tutu, Tutu, I've heard all about you. You know, I've spoken to the sheep. I've had a word with the cow, and I've listened for ages to the hen. They told me all about it, and they told me how you didn't get in to see the baby because you didn't have a present for him.
But I did see the baby.
But I thought you didn't have a present. What did you give him?
I gave him me for as long as he needed me.
That's very wise, Michael. From what I've heard, the little baby will grow into a being full of wisdom, compassion, and a new kind of strength. Love, they will be gifts for us all.
And gifts we can give to him and to each other. All of us.
What
Even
do you
me.
mean?